Hello nerds and nerdettes, welcome back to the channel. We have a, I guess, long-awaited video for you guys, which is going to be finally a collection slash room tour going over my collection in 2023. That's kind of what this video is going to serve as, is a updated collection tour for the new year. I'm going to try and do one of these every single year so we can see how the collection grows and changes and everything like that. This will be a little bit longer of a video because I do plan on kind of going over manga and comics together rather than splitting up into two parts, but I think it's a much kind of fluid watching experience and you guys can just see the collection as a whole. This will be a little bit exciting because this is going to be the first kind of walkthrough with the new shelves that I got recently, and the collection has grown quite a bit since the last collection video. We've had, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 pretty decently sized hauls, so that's a decent amount of books being added. But without further ado, no more long-winded talking segments. We can go ahead and jump to the tour now. Okay, as I said, this video is going to serve as the room slash collection tour for 2023. This is going to be mostly unedited, so if you see my dogs running about, just ignore them. I'm also not going to pay or spend too much time on any one book. If it's something noteworthy, then obviously I'll talk a little bit more about it, but I'll just mainly be going through the collection. So we'll go ahead and jump to indie titles first. Okay, so first are my indie titles on my long sideways style shelf. We have Animosity, the Omnibus, Animosity Evolution, Black Hammer, Library Edition, Volume 1, Black Sad, Calvin and Hobbes, the Collector's or the Complete Edition in the slipcase. We do have the beautiful Deadly Class, Volumes 1 through 3 in those oversized Rick Remender Library Editions. We have Firepower by Kirkman, Ice Cream Man, the Deluxe Edition, Sunday Edition, really beautiful book. We have Kick-Ass 2. I'm slowly collecting the issues that I did have in trade in hardcover. They're not exactly super easy to come by. That's all I have so far. Other priorities. We have Low, Volumes 1 and 2 by Rick Remender, Life Zero, a newer edition if you saw from my last haul. We do have Middle West, The Complete Tale, hardcover, Monstrous, Volume 1. I don't have that Volume 2 yet. I will be getting that soon. Murder Falcon. Actually read this somewhat recently. Very underrated. I highly recommend anyone to read this. Daniel Warren Johnson doing a lot of the writing and art, if not all of it. Very good stuff. It's like a sleeper book. No one thinks it's going to be as good as it actually is. Nemesis by Mark Miller. You also have art by Steve McNiven. They're releasing a reloaded edition with Mark Miller writing again and Jorge Jimenez doing the art. That's coming out in single issues, but this is the first series. We then have One Valiant Deluxe Edition. I want to try and track these down. I know that's almost an impossible task these days, but it is Ninjak. We have the Nocturnals Omnibus Volume 1 with the wonky spine. I'm not sure if this will be staying in the collection or not. Haven't read it yet and don't know if it's kind of my style. We have Oblivion Song, Volume 1. This has, I believe, 4 volumes worth, so more needs to be collected. We have Once in Future, the Deluxe Edition, Outcast, Book 1. Need to collect more of that. 3 more volumes of Outcast as well as Oblivion Song. Paper Girls, Volumes 1 and 2. I need that 3rd volume. Saga, Book 1. I need the other books as well. Slowly expanding my indie collection. We have the beautiful 7 to Eternity, probably my favorite looking book in my entire collection. So much bang for your buck. Just beautiful dimensions on anything Rick Remender writes. We have Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. Looking for Big Damn Sin City to kind of complete that collection, but I can't get it for a reasonable price so far. Something is Killing the Children, Book 1. Amazing, amazing, amazing title, as a lot of you probably know. The Amazing Screw-On Head. Haven't read this, heard nothing but good things. I need to expand my Mike Mignola universe books, but so far this is all I have. I have The Boys hardcover omnibus editions, volume 1 through 3. That is the complete series there. I have to get Dear Becky hardcover. I have TMNT volume 1 in the IDW hardcovers. I need to collect that as well. I have The Last Ronin as the cherry on top, but I need to get the rest of the volumes. And then we kind of round out with some Image. The Walking Dead volumes 1 through, continues down here, through 16. That is the complete series. I really enjoy these hardcover editions. I do enjoy the slipcase omnibuses, but I found these for a super reasonable price, and they're still beautiful and oversized, so I'm keeping them. And then we have The Walking Dead Here's Negan, little side story introduction to the character of Negan. And then we have The Wicked and Divine, book 1. I kind of got this early in my collecting career, if you will. Not 100% sure if it's something I'm going to keep or want to keep reading, so I only have book 1 so far, and the other books are fairly hard to get your hands on. The Witcher Library Edition, Volume 1, beautiful book. I think this is very much slept on as well. And then we do have the Usagi Yojimbo Special Edition slipcase 2-volume set. Also a very beautiful edition for the title, but we can go ahead and jump to manga. Okay, so my manga collection starts on top of my indie collection with my Berserk shrine, if you will, with my Dragon Slayer bookends. A lot of you guys have noticed those and commented on them. I do have volumes 1 through 12, so that is up to date in the Dark Horse Deluxe editions at least. Volume 13 to be coming out soon, if not out already at the point of you watching this. Next up, we do have the Akira box set. Awesome title, beautiful box set. I think anybody that's collecting probably has this box set because it really is something worth getting in the collection. And then of course we have some extra bookmarks on top for whatever I'm reading at the time. And then we can move to the rest of the manga, which does continue on my corner shelf. You guys can probably see me now. Up top you have 20th Century Boys volumes 1 through 11, as well as 21st Century Boys. Naoki Urasawa, probably my favorite mangaka. He's the only mangaka that can write a story not about something action-based, and I'm actually still entertained. Then we have Abara, The Silent Voice, Complete Collector's Edition. I need to get the second volume of that. Once again, the volume that everyone seems to have, which is All You Need Is Kill. The Battle Angel Alita Deluxe Edition box set. The Blade of the Immortal volumes 1 through 7. And the Dark Horse Deluxe Editions. Very good series. I don't see enough people reading it. Then we also have Death Note, the Black Editions. Absolutely beautiful edition for the series. I love that they actually have black end pages, or black pages. I don't know how else to describe that. So the entire book is black. Very aesthetically pleasing. We then have Devilman in the Classic Collection hardcovers, volumes 1 and 2. Not my favorite, but it was one of the many inspirations for Berserk, so it stays in the collection. Moving Goku a little bit to the side. We have Dragon Ball Volume 1. I'm in no rush to collect that in VizBigs because they're not going out of print anytime soon. Dragon Ball always has a fan base, so they will always be printing that. We also have The Drifting Classroom, Volume 1 through 3. Probably some of my favorite spines in the collection. They are connecting, even though you can't tell at this point, but really beautiful on the shelf. We have Fully Cooley, or FLCL, whatever you want to call it, the Omnibus Complete Manga Series. Not a huge fan of it, but it's an all-in-one, so I picked it up. Then we have the Full Metal Alchemist in the Full Metal editions. Yet again, some beautiful spines. I have most of the series collected other than a couple volumes, but I have said before that I only collect this really in the wild because they're always damaged, which is a very similar story to Fist of the North Star volumes 1 through 6. I believe 7 is out at the point of recording this video. I just haven't got it yet. There's so much that I need to get that at no point do I ever have enough funds to even get anything I want. Then we have the Ghost in the Shell box set, volumes 1, 1.5, and 2. Very interesting. I think most people's exposure is the anime for that. Then down here, we have The Girl from the Other Side, volumes 1 and 2 in the deluxe edition hardcovers. Beautiful treatment of a series. Then we have Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin, the complete series. Very beautiful, very just attractive, not only spines, but hardcovers in general. And then we have Hellsing in the Dark Horse Deluxe Editions, volume 1 through 3. I Am a Hero in the Dark Horse Omnibus, paperbacks, 1 through 11. And then we have The Kingdom of the Gods. This inspired The Kingdom on Netflix, which is one of my favorite shows. I wanted to read the source material. And then we have King of Eden, volume 1. And then down here, 2 and 3. Very underrated series. I hear no one talking about, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The ending was a little meh, but throughout was a lot of fun. We have Levios, the hardcover, the, I guess, initial series to Levios Est. Very good art, action series, mechanical body parts, somewhat interesting. We have another Urasawa, which is Monster, volumes 1 through 9. Everybody has Monster, everybody knows Monster. Great horror thriller mystery. Nausicaa in the box set, volume 1 and 2. Great box set, great just classic feeling manga. And then we have Pokemon Adventures 1 through 10. Who doesn't love Pokemon? I'm a huge fan of Pokemon, so I had to get those. Sayuki in the Resurrected Editions, hardcovers, volume 1 through 4. Soul Eater in the Perfect Editions, volumes 1 through 7. I believe 8 is out at the point of recording this video. And then we have Speed Racer, the classic manga box set. I'm a sucker for any well-treated box set that looks good on the shelf, so I picked it up. It was for a reasonable price. Super Sentai, what inspired Power Rangers. I've always enjoyed Power Rangers, so I wanted to get that into the collection. Tokyo Revengers, the 2-in-1s. I have volumes technically 1 through 4, but it is 1 and 2. I believe the third one is out at the point of recording. Uzumaki, my only Junji Ito in the collection so far. I do plan on getting more, it's just not at the top of my list. And then I have Vagabond in the Vizbigs, volumes 1 through 12. I do have a extra volume 8 if anyone would be looking at all. And then I have volume 1 all the way down to volume 12. And then I have The Walking Cat, which is a zombie apocalypse story that covers it from a cat's perspective. I love zombie stories, so I bought it. But we can go ahead and go into my Marvel collection. Okay, so my Marvel collection starts with Marvel omnibuses and then works its way to hardcovers. So first we do have Absolute Carnage. We have Avengers vs. X-Men, the beautiful omnibus that it is. Annihilation, Annihilation Conquest. Can't wait to get the War of Kings kind of trilogy that follows this. I'm sure that's getting reprinted. I know the road to War of Kings is, but I need the rest. We then have the new Black Panther by Christopher Priest, Volume 1. Volume 2 was just announced today at the point of recording, so that is super exciting. We did great making sure that we got another volume. My favorite Captain America run, which is Captain America by Mark Waid, Captain America by Dan Jurgens. I got 4 out of the 5 volumes for Captain America by Ed Brubaker. I just need Trial of Captain America to finish that set. We have Captain America by Rick Remender, and soon, eventually, we will have Captain America by Nick Spencer, which is super exciting, immediately following Rick Remender's run. We then have Volume 1 of Ed Brubaker. I need to get way more Daredevil. I'm working on it. It's just everybody has them, and they're trying to sell them for a high price, or not at all, or they're just not getting reprints. I'm hoping for more. And then we have Volume 1 of Mark Waid. I'm looking for that Volume 2 for a reasonable price. Haven't seen anything yet so far. Deadpool Classic, my only Deadpool omnibus I ever wanted because of mainly the Agent X issues. I do want Cable Deadpool once that gets reprinted, but that's not at the top of the list. The other Deadpool minibuses are just the funny, zany one-shots or miniseries. And then we have Doctor Strange by Jason Aaron. Very good run. I only have really 2 runs of Doctor Strange that I think are worth collecting in my opinion, and this is one of them. And then we have Fantastic Four by Hickman, Volume 1 and 2. Hulk by Peter David, Volume 1 and 2. I need to get 3 and 4. Not too sure if I'm going to get Volume 5, but we will see. World War Hulk, very underrated series. I don't know why everybody seems to hate it. I've always loved that event. Hulk by Jeff Loeb, Ed McGuinness. Now, of course, we have the Infinity Gauntlet. I do need the last 2 volumes to finish the entire event or the entire series or trilogy. We have the new and very infamous already King in Black omnibus. We then have Miracle Man, the omnibus. Very happy that got released. Onslaught, Heroes Reborn, Heroes Return. Amazing Spider-Man by David Michelinie and Ted McFarlane. I need to get more Spider-Man, especially his early days, such as Roger Stern. I'm working on that as well. The entire collection is a work in progress. We then have Spider-Man by Todd McFarlane. The Amazing Spider-Man by J. Michael Straczynski, Volume 1 and 2. This is the old printing, flat spine. Doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some of you guys, but I'm just happy to have it. That's my all-time favorite run of Spider-Man, so super excited to have it. Star Wars: The Old Republic, Volume 1, probably my favorite Star Wars run or series ever put out. Very amazing, very underrated as well. Star Wars: Rise of the Sith, that's a Legends Omni. Star Wars: The Empire, also a Legends Omni. Volume 1, I'm probably going to get Volume 2. Then we have Darth Vader by Charles Soule and Darth Vader by Gillen. I actually much rather Charles Soule's run than Gillen. That's probably a hot take, but I just loved that it immediately followed Episode 3. Then we have Star Wars by Jason Aaron, Thor by Jason Aaron, The Ultimates, Ultimate Comics Avengers, Ultimate X-Men, and Ultimate Spider-Man. This will be Miles Morales Volume 1. I'm currently reviewing that. Just a heads up to you guys if you haven't watched it yet. And then X-Men Grand Design Omnibus, X-Men The Dark Phoenix Saga Omnibus, X-Men The Inferno Prologue, The New Mutants Volume 1 and Volume 2. And then we have X-Factor by Peter David Volume 1. I need to get that second volume in. We have X-Men The Age of Apocalypse and its companion, Astonishing X-Men by Joss Whedon, the Yellow, Blue, Gray, and White Omnibus. This is a custom dust jacket on it, just so it can kind of match with the rest of the collection. That does finish up the omnibuses, so then we move to hardcovers. We have Always an Invader by Zdarsky, Amazing Spider-Man Red Goblin. Once we start getting slot omnibuses, I will get rid of that. Avengers Sanction, which is a lead-up to AVX. Avengers Endless Wartime, did not enjoy that at all. Civil War, my favorite Marvel event ever. Hulk, Boiling Point, and Iron Man Revenge of the Mandarin in the old school hardcovers. Planning on getting rid of those eventually. Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers, just for fun. Planet Hulk, the oversized hardcover. I probably plan to not upgrade into the omnibus just because this is already oversized and collects all of Planet Hulk. Nova, Origin, Spider-Man, Dying Wish, Spider-Man, One Moment in Time, the entire Supreme Power run here, including the kind of spin-offs that were collected in hardcover, which is Hyperion and Nighthawk. Then we have Squadron Supreme, the pre-war years, and Ultimate Power, the little mini event that happens in the Ultimate Universe, but is also shared by Supreme Power. Ultimate Comics Captain America. Hopefully we will get a Ultimate Captain America Omni or something, and I can kind of get rid of that. And then to cap it off, we do have Wolverine Origin, the complete collection. Still need to get Wolverine Origin 2, but we can go ahead and go to my DC collection now. So this is on the opposite wall from my Marvel collection. This is my DC shelf. It's collected a very similar way, omnibuses to hardcovers. So starting up at the top, we have Aquaman by Jeff Johns, the omnibus. Batman by Grant Morrison, volumes 1 through 3. Blackest Night, the 10th anniversary. Brightest Day omnibus, DC 1 million. Final Crisis, the beautiful Flash by Mark Waid omnibus. Flash by Jeff Johns, volumes 1 through 3. Flashpoint, the 10th anniversary omnibus. Superman Batman Generations by John Byrne. My favorite run in comics ever, which is Green Lantern by Jeff Johns, volume 1 through 3. My favorite DC event ever, which is Infinite Crisis, the omnibus. The 52 omnibus, very underrated as well. Not a lot of people talk about that as much as they should be. Injustice, volumes 1 and 2. A lot of fun. Everybody enjoys it that reads it, and I think they're still pretty easy to track down. JLA by Grant Morrison, omnibus. Justice League, the New 52, omnibus 1 and 2. Superman, the Death and Return of Superman omnibus. I guess spoilers. This is probably one of my top 5 favorite omnibuses in my entire collection. I've always loved that entire story. Superman Batman, Jeff Loeb, Ed McGuinness on the first volume. Really good stuff. Yet another slept on series. You do get 2 volumes to complete that entire run. Superman by Grant Morrison. This was the previously infamous and extremely hated omnibus before the King in Black. Very interesting run, to say the least. But that kind of comes with the name Grant Morrison. You're either going to love it or hate it. Super Sons, the expanded edition omnibus. I hear that it's possibly going to be expanded and reprinted again. We'll see. Superman by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason omnibus. Great run on the character. Teen Titans by Jeff Johns omnibus. And the Authority omnibus. I have way more DC hardcovers than Marvel, so bear with me. We have Batman Year 1, the Deluxe Edition. Batman The Dark Knight Saga Deluxe Edition. This has 1 and 2 lumped into one single volume. Batman The Dark Knight Master Race. I actually enjoy this than The Dark Knight Strikes Again or The Dark Knight Rises. Much more enjoyed the reading experience of Batman The Dark Knight Master Race. Then we have The Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child. Did I say Rises? I did say Rises. Returns. Sorry. Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child Deluxe Edition, Batman The Killing Joke Deluxe Edition, Batman 3 Jokers, very underrated Batman and Joker story, The Batman Who Laughs, or Batman the Man Who Laughs, Batman Who Laughs, Batman Hush, the 15th Anniversary Deluxe Edition, Doomsday Clock and the hardcover slipcase editions, Dark Knight's Metal, Dark Knight's Death Metal. One, if not both of these, can be obsolete once the Dark Knight's Metal omnibus comes out. Dark Knights of Steel, Tales from the DC, or Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Volume 2. Looking for that Volume 1. Who knows if I'll find it. It's expensive anywhere I look. Deceased, Volumes 1 through 4. Then down here, we have my Earth 1 little collection. Superman Earth 1, Volumes 1 through 3. Batman Earth 1, Volume 1. I need 2 and 3 to complete that. Green Lantern Earth 1, Volumes 1 and 2. Wonder Woman Earth 1, Volumes 1 and 2. And Teen Titans Earth 1, Volumes 1 and 2. Then we have my little Earth 2 collection, since this hasn't been collected in anything other than standard edition hardcovers. We have Earth 2, Volumes 1 through 6. I'm hoping for an omnibus for that eventually. And then we have the Convergence kind of event. It's somewhat of a crisis event in a way. Kind of brings an end to this era of New 52. Then we have The Flash, Year 1, Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Deluxe Edition, Heroes in Crisis, The Price and Other Stories. I need Heroes in Crisis to add to this. Injustice versus the Masters of the Universe, horrible. The Joker War Saga, hardcover, very enjoyable. I feel like this got a lot of hate, but I really enjoyed it. Joker by Brian Azzarello, great Joker series, very focused on him. Justice League by Scott Snyder, volumes 1 through 3, a very underrated run on the title. I don't think enough people are talking about this. I really, really enjoyed it. I think it feels so much like old school DC. I do plan on turning this into a actual omnibus eventually. I just need to kind of learn how before doing so. Justice League, Gods and Monsters, Superman and Lois Lane, 25th Wedding Anniversary Deluxe Edition, Superman Shazam First Thunder, really good stuff. Superman American Alien, also very good stuff. Superman The Men of Tomorrow and Superman Hell on Earth, 2 New 52 single story hardcovers. Superman Unchained, a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed this when it was coming out in single issues. And then Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Trinity, which does finish up my DC collected editions. Over to the right is where I put my haul, but we won't have you guys look over there yet, cameraman. You'll have to wait for this month's haul video to see that. But we can go ahead and head back to the table for a little bit of an outro. And welcome back. Thank you guys so much for watching and kind of experiencing my entire collection. If you didn't see something that should be in my collection that you feel like I would enjoy or maybe you enjoyed, definitely let me know down below. I'm always looking for new material, new books, new anything to kind of read and experience. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to join the Illuminati. And of course, as always, stay nerdy.